think the next step that I want to propose is that we should, after a report on this workshop has been issued, I'm sure LCSDPP will meet with the directorate again to draw up that template for working relationship. But I think what we have suggested here will guide most of what will guide our thinking in that line. But what I'm thinking of is that whatever we're going to do will start with a kind of sensitization exercise for the MDAs. Because like I said, while we are doing this workshop, before this workshop, we have started a desk review of policies in the state, some key policies like 8 ministries. And like I said, only yesterday we were invited by the Ministry of Justice. In fact, it baffles me. I want my own personal experience shows that in the early 2000s, when you write the civil service, you don't get a reply. I beg to be corrected. When you write as an outsider, it's difficult for you to get a reply. But things have changed. We wrote the directorate, they replied, they called us on phone. When we sent letters out to demand for information and documents on existing policies to the 8 ministries, they called us. They were willing to, engage us. Some of them even suggested that we should come to attend their management meetings to educate them. Do you understand? The same thing as the Ministry of Justice yesterday. They needed clarifications before they could even write their own report on the letter that we... So I think the environment, the policy environment is changing positively. So what we now need to do strategically is to speak, like I said earlier, before now, through the directorate. I gave you a practical example. It's easy for our director here to communicate with the fellow director in another ministry. So the director will contribute to the content of the sensitization program together with the directorate and fashion out the delivery pattern. So by the time we start with sensitization, we can now begin to suggest policy actions to the various ministries. Okay, just like we have stated here in number 2 or so or 3, where we said that there should be the ministries should take lead in implementing some of these laws. Then finally, I think once the office, the ODA, the Office of Stability Affairs, is established, the directorate will work very closely with that office to ensure that proper synergy is made between government, between the MDAs and that office in terms of influencing policies. So that even when policies are made, even if you are not aware of it at the formulation process, once we hear of it, we can call attention of the concerned ministry to it. But that will be after the proper orientation and sensitization have been done. That's my own thing.
Thank you very much.